as good as you can. But as we said in the beginning, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who grants some to take advantage of these blessed seasons of Ramadan, of the last 10 days of Laylatul Qadr. And it is Allah who denies it to others. So it is not your intention which will get you there. It is your intention and the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which will allow you to make the last 10 inshallah better than the middle 10 and the first. 2/3 of the month of Ramadan are over, and 1/3, which is today, and 1/3, which is the best of all these parts, still remains. Exert your efforts during these days by spending in charity if you can, doing every righteous deed you can find, every small and large righteous deed, and every Muslim knows many of them. Think of every hadith which says, for this there is such and such a reward. The Muslim, the believer, does this and does that, and seek every single one of those. Do not, as the Prophet ﷺ said, and I misquoted slightly last week, لا تحقرن من الخير شيئا. Do not look down on any amount of good, even something small, and offering optional night prayer. Submit yourselves to Allah, hope for His good reward, and seek protection from His punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. And when my slave asks you about me, I am so close. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. I answer the call of the caller when he calls to me. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. So let them respond to me and believe in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. That perchance, that perhaps they could be guided. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends each night to the lowest of 7 heavens. When the final third of the night remains, He offers His slaves out of His generosity, saying, according to yet another hadith Qudsi, مَنْ يَدْعُونِي فَأَسْتَجِيبُ لَهُ. Who is calling to me that I may respond? مَنْ يَسْأَلُنِي فَأُعْطِيَهُ. And who is asking me for something that I may give him? وَمَنْ يَسْتَغْفِرُنِي فَأَغْفِرُ لَهُ. And who is asking my forgiveness so that I may forgive him? This is every single night, in the last third of the night. In the last 10 days of Ramadan, there is Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree, in which every precise matter of wisdom is made distinct, and all events of the coming year are decreed. It is on this night that the angels descend from the heavens, and blessings become abundant. It is found in the odd nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan. Today is the 20th day of Ramadan, without any doubt therein. Do not let those who have changed Ramadan from ibadah, worship, to siyasa, politics. Some will ask, how can you stand there and say, you know what day it is in Ramadan? As Allah is my witness, I know what day it is in Ramadan. Ramadan is not politics. No matter how many so-called committees and presidents and amirs and imams say, no, it will be tomorrow, no, it will be the next day. Ramadan is fiqh. It is knowledge of the deen. And the Prophet ﷺ addressed the ummah as a whole and said, Sumu li ru'yati, waftiru li ru'yati. He said, fast upon its sighting and break fast upon its sighting. These words have only one addressee, and that is the ummah as a whole, not the American Muslims or the Lebanese Muslims or the Jordanian Muslims. It is addressed to the Muslims, and we are one ummah. And it has only 2 possible meanings. One possible meaning, the most literal one would be, you can't fast until you see the moon. That's possible. Those words could mean that. Could mean every single individual has to see the moon and then fast. But the other possible meaning is the existence of the sighting of the moon. And then the question arises, what constitutes verification of that existence? And this is amply found in the Sunnah. The Sunnah has shown us that ru'yatihi means a Muslim that we don't know to be a liar bore witness that he saw the moon, period. That is what's in the Sunnah. Some people bring specious, crazy arguments. How could they have seen it when all of us, 100 people, we didn't see it? And this is in the Sunnah. They're asking a question which has already been answered. The day that all of the Muslims went out to the hills and the plains to look for the moon, all of them knowing how to look for the moon. They're people of the desert. They know where it is. They know how to look for it. Not a single one of them saw it, except one, Ibn Abbas. And the Prophet ﷺ commanded the Muslims to fast. So why are some Muslims talking about something in which there is dalil? There is no room for talk when there is dalil. This dalil is clear, that no number of people not seeing it means anything whatsoever. And that the testimony of one person seeing it is the reality of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala legislated that Ramadan begins when a Muslim bears witness that he saw the moon. This Ramadan began on Sunday. A group of imams of masajid and scholars in the south of Egypt, among many others, they're not the only ones to see it. Not just any average person, but people assigned to this task, and people of knowledge, went out in the region of Asyut, in the south of Egypt, the upper Nile regions, and they saw the moon, and they testified. And anyone who says it was not Ramadan is mistaken and has been led astray by divisive politics, by nationalism, by racism, by saying, we're not accepting that, which means you're calling them liars. Which means you're saying these 6 people in the south of Egypt lied, that they fabricated in the holiest month of the year, they fabricated a testimony for some unknown reason. And this is buhtanun azim. This is a horrible forgery for us to engage in that. Therefore, tonight is the first possibility for Laylatul Qadr, because the night precedes the day, and today is the 20th of Ramadan. Tomorrow is the 21st. So tonight is what we call the night of the 21st. So tonight, Friday night as we say it here, in Arabic it's called the night of Saturday, but we call it Friday night. So the one between look for it in the odd night, min al-ashr, of the last 10. And one time, several of the companions saw a dream that it was in the last 7 days of Ramadan. And the Prophet ﷺ said, أرى رؤياكم قد تواتأت فمن كان متحريها فليتحريها في السبع الباقي. I see that your dreams have coincided with each other. So whoever is looking for it, let him look